Hey fans, it's me, Aaron.
Drop Force Mike.
It's a big week in comics for releases, and it's also a big week for news. The biggest thing that's ever happened in my lifetime has been announced, and I couldn't be more excited. I'll explain that all later. I need to give these books their due, but I got a lot to say, and I'm thoroughly excited. But I understand people's fears. I mean, but you know, the only thing you have to fear is fear itself.
Fear itself.
And Fear Itself 3 is coming out. Certain things happen that might be a little predictable, but there's a lot of action, and I'm really digging the story. And yes, there's people getting hammers, similar to people getting rings, but it's not the same story. See, the story has to do with the theme of the story and what the writer's trying to convey, what his message, how he views the world. And, you know, I'm sure that Jeff Johns has a different viewpoint than Matt Fraction. So though a few trappings might be similar, it's not the same story. And it's fun. It's fun. It's action. Moon Knight, oh my god, I loved it. I loved it so much. It's Bendis. And I can't tell, now this is a little spoiler from 1, but it's been all over the review sites everywhere. You know, issue 1's been out. Moon Knight used to have, you know, schizophrenic personality. He might still, but we didn't see it in issue 1. Right now, what he's seeing is Cap, Wolverine, and Spider-Man, and newsflash, are not really there. He's pretending like they're there. He is still insane, much like Jesse Preacher and John Wayne are True Romance with Elvis. But is he getting better? Because those guys weren't really insane. They weren't schizophrenic in those movies and that comic. Or is he getting worse? I don't know. But here's what I do know.
Some imaginary friends.
This is going to be the special book, the linchpin book leading into the next big thing Bendis is going to do. The Ultron War Imperative secret invasion of robots. And it is obviously this is Bendis' book, and it's a little niche book. It's a little, you know, it's Moon Knight, and he's from issue 1 seeding his Ultron thing, which was also in the .1 issue of Avengers. So obviously I'm there. So you get like a great fun book, like very creator focused, very character focused, but it also is important. It also, you know, it's relevant. It leads into something. Shield is a new #1 because it's like a new season. See, the artist needed a break because Hickman, this is his baby. He pitched this. This is his thing, and he wants to do it with that artist. So they have to take breaks and let that artist catch up. That's fair. Because we want things monthly or pretty much monthly. But if he can't maintain a monthly schedule and we don't want fill-in artists, there has to be breaks. Much like TV shows. Yes, I would like Always Sunny to play year-round. But I understand that they need to recharge and they need a break. And then it'll be a new season. And you know, I don't get mad like, what? This is issue 1 and episode 1 again? No, it's season 5, episode 1. Like,
they renumbered it.
Okay, so then we have Uncanny X-Force, and it's my favorite book by Rick Remender, let's just say by Marvel. I love it. And now it's Age of Apocalypse Universe. It was like kind of the original kind of Flashpoint-y stuff that was done. And, you know, I love Rick Remender. He has all kinds of madcap craziness, and he's killing with the X-Force, but I just want to see him where he's not so beholden. I mean, his characterization is great. His story's fast-paced. Now I want to see him with some characters that he can do whatever the hell he wants with. Like, you know, obviously, you know. So you're going to get this title 11? So.
Yeah, it's number 11. 11.
Wonder Woman, you know, it wasn't the numbering, it was the pants and the jacket that cracked the internet in half, but it's out, JMS, and, you know, a lot of people dig it. One of our employees just loves this book, and JMS writes a good story. Flashpoint, fast-paced craziness. We got Bat Dad. We got, you know, just all kinds of stuff. This is full of spoilers, but it's a brisk pace, and it has this whole world of Flashpoint in it. That's insane. And speaking of world of Flashpoint, this is, I'd say get this book. This is kind of a linchpin book if you want to understand stuff, if you want to have flashback sequences of this world told through Madame Xanadu. And Tracy 13 is the protagonist, but it's basically is what it is, the world of Flashpoint. And it is international. The Earth, it's the whole Earth. It's Atlantis versus Themyscira that happens mainly in Europe. The United States isn't the central, you know, location, and there's characters from all over, even characters that have just been bit characters in the regular DC universe are the movers and shakers in here.
I'll read
like
that.
Impala from the Global Guardians, South Africa. Come on, I love Vertigo. I'm a Vertigo kid, and Shade the Chain Man is one of my favorites. Black Orchid's also in here from Vertigo, and you know, it's not just that. Those are just like little details and not, you know, I don't want to be spoily, but it's fun. It's good. I'm excited. What I love most about Bat Dad Thomas Wayne was this is an idea that I kind of had at one point is like the conceit of Batman is that he was a little kid and he had a whole lifetime to build all these skills.
Right.
What if he was an adult and something happened to his parents as an adult? And then this is, well, what if the dad was the one who survived? Still wanted vengeance, still wanted to fight crime, didn't have a lifetime to build new skills, so he can't come up to a scene and say, there's 15 ways to take you out non-lethally. He's like, I got a gun, boom.
Gotcha.
It's cool. And it's by the creative team, the exact creative team of 100 Bullets, even the covers.
That's awesome.
This is really good stuff. It's kind of feels a little bit Batman Year One-y in places, but it's cool. And Abin Sur shows us that the world of Flashpoint isn't all that different from the DC. Like Reverse Flash changed a lot, but in space there's still Black Lanterns everywhere, and craziness. Spoiler stuff. I don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
Sinestro, other characters.
Pretty cool.
I freaking loved it, and just the brisk pace of these books are just really pulling me through. And you get the buttons. This comes with Abin Sur. This satanic-looking one comes with Secret 7.
We got Batman here. We got World of Flashpoint.
And I'm digging it. These
Flashpoint.
are really good stories, and I am immersed in it. I really like Flashpoint.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with the DC Universe. Yes, it's relaunching. No, it's not really a reboot. It is nothing at all like the Ultimate line. The Ultimate line was a reboot starting with the origins.
Right.
Now, issue numbers are just numbers. Stories and concepts and themes and conceits of genre and all that stuff are different. Like, okay, an issue number is just an issue number. That basically tells people this is accessible. But it's not the origin. It's starting in the middle of things.
Right.
And the characters that have been working that Jeff Johns has already modernized.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff Johns is still writing Green Lantern, and I can guarantee you that will be more or less the same. And the thing with this is the central tenet of DC and of Marvel. The central thing of this superhero stuff that we all know and love is the shared universe.
Yes.
It's not the years and years and decades and 75 years of backstory and continuity.
It's not the number.
That's daunting for new people, obviously, but it's also like that is not what we love about comics. What we love about comics is great stories with these iconic characters in a shared universe.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they said that they're all in their own universes, then I'd be like, no, that's tearing apart the original content.
Yes.
The original concept wasn't, hey, let's create characters with 75 years of... No, they created characters. And then they were so wildly popular and stayed along. And at this point, our culture has changed so much. And not just changed to update for the 21st century, but just what we respect, what we revere as history.
Yes.
It's all about the now. It's all about, right now. And even long-standing institutions in America like the soap operas. That's the most thing I can compare the most to. It's had decades and decades. They're all getting canceled because of attrition.
Yeah.
And the argument with indie comics, I love indie comics. I love discovering a new indie comic. But this is apples and oranges. Indie comics do not have any of the same problems that decades-long shared universe comics have at all.
Yeah.
It's just the comparison doesn't work. It's silly. But they are great, but they're not the same thing. And here's the thing. There's always changes that have to be done to keep things fresh, keep them updated so they get new readers. And each little incremental change pisses off certain amounts of the existing customer base. And that attrition lowers the numbers.
Right.
As those people maybe go to indie comics as they say they are, maybe not getting comics at all.
Probably just quitting
But
because they're poor.
In my opinion, you can't have it both ways. You can't complain that, two sides of the argument. Comics are selling worse and worse, doom and gloom. The companies are going to go out of business. They're not going to print comics anymore. The comic industry is going to just explode and die and be over, and say, oh, they can't do this. This is not respecting everything that happened before. How dare they? Do this to me and negate all my comics, which they can reread, which still exists as much as they ever did.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, we're going to get 52 books. They're all going to have their own theme. They're all going to have their own purpose. Each character is going to have a purpose, like power versus responsibility. Each thing's going to have a central idea different genres, all planned, all ready to go, all ready to get in front of new people, and they're all not origins. They're starting in the middle of things, and we still have, as existing readers, have more, you know. And how crazy is that? Like, oh, this guy's this, and he was that, and this blah, 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 blah. And then at some point, guess what, fandom? Guess what?
What?
At some point, there's going to be a Crisis on Two verse, and the stuff that we had is going to come to there, and it's going to be exactly like before.
Yeah.
This is what's needed in comics because of the fact that these iconic characters go on and on for generation after generation. And sometimes, but here's the thing, DC, here's the thing. If you don't change this, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to tell everyone your whole thing is a big pile of crap and BS if you don't change it to Richard Grayson, Rick, or Rich Grayson. If you still call him Dick Grayson, that is ridiculous. It goes against everything you say about modernizing, everything you say about cultural zeitgeist, everything. I am 34 years old, and I had never met someone my age named Richard that wanted to be called Dick. Dick means asshole. That's a fact. You have to change that, or else it's all for BS. That's like if they changed all this and then Superman goes into a phone booth that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know what else is a figment of your imagination? People who are 30 that want to be called Dick.
No one wants to be a dick.
And that's all. If they change his name too, then I'll be fine. If not, I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
And bottom line, Jeff Johns is in charge. Jeff Johns got tired of having to clean off, update, make streamline things for TV, movie, video games as his new job.
Right.
And then you remember, you know, the worst part of my old job was having to dust off, rebirth, do all this when I just want to tell really good freaking stories. And he said, wait a minute, what if I just have my head up my own ass and instead of always having to streamline things for TV and movie, why don't I just streamline these comics? And maybe some of these people that read the comics will pull their head out of their butt and enjoy really freaking good stories, and all will be well. And it'll be great.